and sisters.
We shall not yield to tyranny.
Our cause just, we will prevail. The fight for our rights. Buffs.
Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Bobby, at this point, history. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because we are being played as the American people. Our money is funding a war that we don't need to be in. I shouldn't be okay with it. So as long as I have breath in my body and a mic to use, I will be speaking out against this.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
The economy, we have a global economy that's we're a number one economy in the world. I know that a lot of people want to paint the horrible view of America, but, you know, go live somewhere else and then tell me America's bad.
Patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty.
This is so freaking crazy to me that we have an conflict with Iran before a single person from the Epstein files has been arrested on American soil.
The hour of our liberty is at hand. For freedom is bravo. Brothers and
I was
sisters.
working, man, you know, but it's good to see Rippy out there handling business, man. And again, hey, that's a lot of black Trump supporters, man. I mean, it feels good to see that, man. So
My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
A real coach. People are getting sick of it. The moment a celebrity steps slightly outside the leftist approved narrative, they get attacked. Chili from TLC gets heat over allegedly donating to Donald Trump.
For liberty. The British advance. We must act.
Our supplies are low, but morale is high.
Then we fight for liberty.
Payne's word captures the spirit of we fight for independence.
With
Welcome to my
that said they were anti-war. I think they said no new wars. Yeah, they voted for a president that was not going to start any new wars. And what's funny to me is that not only were you lied to, not only did this man start this and get out of the
freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Just in order to get the Greater Israel Project accomplished, you have to kill people. That's why it's wrong. Killing people is wrong. Full stop. So you can try to make sense of it with, well, it's a threat and this and that. There's no greater threat than the United States empire.
To the encampment for liberty.
And what I've learned, and I'm not a liberal or a Democrat. I voted for Trump the first time, but he's become a politician. He lies like all the other politicians. He deceives like all the other politicians.
Endures through every change and challenge. We stand at the dawn of liberty, unshaken by the trials ahead. Our cause and doing.
I'm going to go out on the limb and say anybody that sits in that oval does not like Americans. They love United States, though, which is the politics, but they don't love the Americans. Americans are farmers. Americans are mechanics. Americans are school teachers. Americans are mom and pop businesses.
And flaming! Soldiers, the enemy is near.
Not only do I love my FBA fam, my Black American fam, my Black people on code, you know, my people that's allies with us, as part of the fam. I love y'all. I love my country too. You feel me?
The cause to victory.
To victory. These pastries are wonderful.
Indeed, but we must stay vigilant.
Never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania. The first time I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year 2000 at an event Donald and I attended together. At the time, I had never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings. Numerous fake images and statements about Epstein and me have been circulating on social media for years now. Be cautious about what you believe. These images and stories are completely false.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Kamal.
Jeff Mack.
And guys, for those of you watching us that are our loyal fans, we have a new member. Jeff, aka Afraid of No One But God, is here. So guys, make sure you
Thanks for the sound effects. Yeah. I'm not on TikTok mainly. I have a following of about like 750,000 from that in my backup account. I'm a former lawyer who's interested in politics and kind of got maybe the ick after the files have come out.
Oh, so you just
values
disillusioned right now, like millions of Americans.
Mm-hmm.
So this topic tonight that we're going to kick it off with is about Melania Trump. She went and graced us with her presence, but I'm hearing, guys, that President Trump was not aware, and this was a surprise. Let me play this first clip, and then we'll get reactions.
This came out of left field for us here covering the White House. The press shop did not give us any insight into what this announcement would be about. That's typical. Oftentimes, the First Lady doesn't share a lot of details with the White House communications shop that covers the president on what her announcements might be. We didn't, for instance, get a lot of details ahead of her prior announcement on her efforts bringing home Ukrainian children. But similarly, we had no heads up on this. We're not getting any information from them now, including whether or not the president was aware she would be making this statement. It's unclear to us if she is reacting to something or that's already happened, already come out, or getting ahead of a story that might be about to drop. We don't really know. And the content of what she's calling for, this congressional hearing to allow the victims to openly testify about what they witnessed, is new, and it will certainly breathe new life into this story that has in large part not been at the top of the news cycle lately. The attention here has been on other matters. So this brings the sort of public interest back to the Epstein story.
Gray, you were the first person to tell me about this, that when it broke. What is your thoughts? Were you surprised that it came out?
I was surprised that it came out because I felt like it had calmed down. Like a lot of the MAGA people were like, oh, what no, the Epstein files are a nothing burger. People weren't really talking about it. But I think the big thing was that Pam Bondi was supposed to testify. We talked about that on here, and she was fired, so she no longer had to testify. So I don't know if that has anything to do with why she came out and said that, because they said now that she's been fired, she doesn't have to testify anymore.
Jeff, many people are angry with her because she said, why don't the Epstein victims come and testify in front of Congress? Do you agree with them being angry with her, or do you think that they're being too critical of her saying that?
No, I agree with them being angry with her. I think she's trying to make herself look more morally righteous than she's been as far as the victims go and as far as her involvement has gone.
Yeah, and I mean, we're starting the poll tonight. Should the Epstein victims testify as Melania Trump requested? 1 for yes, 2 for no's. But yeah, I mean, people are saying she victim shamed, Jeff. Do you think that that is a form of victim shaming?
Yeah. I mean, I think just how she's going about it is a form of victim shaming. And she's not, I think her intentions are disingenuous, because why bring this up now? Also, why do the things that she's done in the past as far as the victims have gone? She's just trying to take a moral high ground without Trump knowing, supposedly. But I think they're acting in concert in a certain way.
Yeah. Kamal, do you think that this is a distraction? You think something's going to come out? Do you think she had a relationship with Epstein and it's going to come out?
I don't know, but Melania Trump probably tired of this nigga Donald Trump tacoing all the damn time. That's probably why she like, you know what? I ain't about to tell him about nothing. He gonna fumble the ball anyway. Man, I'm at this point. You feel me? They like, if Trump didn't know, are they living in the same house together at this point? It's hard for me to not believe that Trump not gonna know about Melania Trump talking about the Epstein files of all the files. Come on now. God damn. Now, do y'all think she clout chasing though? Could be chasing clout.
Yeah, because I was gonna say a poll came out that how unfavorable she is, and she just did that movie. I think they spent like $50 million on the movie, and in the middle they didn't even make their money back on the movie, so it was like they lost money. So it may be like all a part of her PR trying to fix with how she looks right now.
Well, I mean, that's not the only thing that came out today. If you're watching, guys, please hit the like button. Make sure you guys are tapping the screen. Donald Trump had a very, very controversial tweet that he put out today. We actually talked about this on Fatty's channel. And I want to know from you guys, do you think Donald Trump or Kanye West is worse as far as their tweets go? I said I think it's Kanye, but a lot of, Skeptic, shout out to Skeptic, she said Donald Trump. And this is just an example of it. Greg, can you read it? Can you see it?
Yeah, it's really small, but I can see it. It's real small though.
Well, this is what he said. I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially about the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon. No one said that, but okay. Because they have one thing in common: low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it, and everyone else knows it. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't know what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because no one cares about them. They're nuts, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for free and cheap publicity. Now, Candace Owens had the #1 podcast. Megyn Kelly has one of the top podcasts. Alex Jones, he's holding on. Jeff, what do you think about that tweet as somebody that voted for Donald Trump? How does it make you feel to hear and read that?
I mean, ever since I really found out about him after the files, it's pretty much, he just panders to his own like low IQ constituency, right? The only reason that he goes through these character attacks time after time again is because it entertains everyone with who had voted for him. But those who have voted for him and actually can change their beliefs and see past what he like brought through originally, will see that this is just, the character attacks don't help. The only reason that these people are off air is because they talk against the Jews. The Jews aren't going to allow them to be on air.
And we talked about that today too. We talked about Kanye West being canceled. And Fatty said the reason why Kanye can't do a tour in the United States, Jeff, is because we don't have stadiums big enough. Great. Do you think that's why Kanye can't do a tour in the United States? What do you think the reason is?
No, it was the song Heil Hitler, and of course it was the anti-Semitic stuff that Kanye put out. And I don't know if you guys watch Friends, but the guy that plays Ross on Friends, he put out a statement saying that even though even though Kanye made an apology and said all this stuff, apologies don't mean anything. He needs to go with the Jewish community, know what they're dealing with, and do all this community outreach. So it is a concentrated effort. What's the name of the organization, the nonprofit that stops anti-Semitism? ALD. What's the name of it?
I can't think of.
It's ADL. Anti-discrimination.
Yeah. So like, you have organizations that are going to like work to make sure that this type of information is not spread, and that's what's going on with Kanye.
Well, I mean, speaking of Kanye, all of this is tied in. Let's hear what Alex Jones had to say about Trump. This is what he had to say about Melania.
Well, President Trump came out on Truth Social and attacked myself and all the original MAGA supporters today. And I'm just so sad that whatever's happened to him has totally changed the man he once was. He did so much good. That said, it followed just a few hours after Melania Trump came out, unannounced. Reportedly, Trump didn't know, and said she wasn't involved with Epstein and she supports a full investigation by Congress into the Epstein cover-up. Trump says Epstein's a hoax. So this reminds me of Melinda French, when she started turning against Bill, also over Epstein. So Trump's got big problems, folks. And I am just so concerned about this country and the world. Trump's being led around by the nose by Netanyahu and by Mark Levin and others. And it's so sad. The Iran war is a total disaster. A black eye for America. They control the Strait of Hormuz. It is just absolutely incredible what we're seeing and what we're facing. I supported the old Trump that got so many good things done. But at the end of the day, I just feel sorry for him and pray that God touch his heart and soul and free him from the demonic influences that he's under. I mean, it's just that simple. This is a nightmare. We know the Democrats, the left, are absolutely terrible. But when Trump's calling for wiping out whole civilizations and acting like a supervillain, I have to come out and say I don't support it. It's that simple. So again, Trump's own wife came out at an unannounced press conference today and said the Epstein crimes are real and that she wants the victims to be in front of Congress and the cover-up to end. That's the opposite of what Trump's saying. Looks to me like she's breaking with Trump because she knows the ship's sinking, has found out the truth. Elon left 8 months ago saying he's in the files as a cover-up. I never saw any evidence of it, but he's acting like he's guilty. We know he's protecting Howard Lutnick, who said he didn't know Epstein didn't go to the island, and he did. So all I can say is this is a terrible day, and it's a nightmare for America and the world, but I'm going to tell the truth, report on the facts, no matter what it is. Was I somewhat naive? Did I defend Trump too long? He did so much good? Yeah, I did. Are people that, said I defended him too long, are they right? Yeah, it looks like they are. Fine, to a victory lap. But I did it from a place of believing he was the lesser of two evils. And I guess at the end of the day, justice be done may the heavens fall. There's no such thing as lesser of two evils. So I took the establishment attacking.
Come on. You are apolitical. So was Trump the lesser of two evils? Should we all burn our MAGA hats? Should we burn the MAGA hats? Tell me what you think.
I don't know if y'all should burn it, but y'all might need a refund. This is my thing. That's the stupidest statement I always hear. The lesser of two evils. I don't want no fucking evil. Last time I checked, when I watch these scary movies, evils be having motherfuckers' head turning opposite ways and doing all types of weird ass shit. Why would you want to pick the lesser of two evils? That is so dumb. I hate that statement. It irks me. All right. But I gotta say this, y'all. I think Trump and Kanye one and the same. Hella people want the old Kanye. They keep talking. We want the old Kanye, right? And now people saying they want the old Trump.
Kanye just put out a song with the HH, and Trump said he's the first Jewish president. So I don't know.
I'm just saying, people saying they want the old Trump back. So, I mean, and let's be real. I don't know if I could ever want Donald Trump social media to go away, man. The comedy gold, man. God damn. It's like just you can just read this man tweets. Put it in a book, please. Hey, one of you Trump supporters, the MAGA people, make a book of Donald Trump tweets. Y'all gonna get paid. Y'all gonna get paid like Candace Owens with the grifting. There y'all go. Make a book, y'all.
Well, come on. Kanye did say that him and Trump had the same dragon energy. He did say that there's
same what?
Dragon energy. That's what Kanye said.
See, that's why you need to take away Kanye tweets, man. God damn. Kanye said that?
Yeah, he said that Trump first term. He said that like his first term. When he went there with Joe Brown, the football player.
Is that like big dick energy?
Lord.
Anyways, well, I found out something very disturbing, guys. I don't know how true this is. This might be why Trump put this tweet out. This is Megyn Kelly on Paris Morgan, and this is what she had to say about everything going on.
Watched us learn it. And so what led Trump, at 79 years old, to sit in there in that situation room when Bibi Netanyahu was seated as an equal?
Yeah.
Trump didn't even sit at the head of the table. Trump sat at the side of the table, and Bibi was across from him as an equal in the American Situation Room. What led him to sit there and buy what that guy was selling hook, line, and sinker when every other president was able to see through that liar? What was it? Because he was told the next day by our own top advisors, from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs to the Secretary of State to the vice president, that these are lies and that these objectives are not going to be attainable. Don't believe him. We might be able to wipe out the Ayatollah, not regime change, Ayatollah. And we might be able to decimate some portion of their missiles and their military. Okay, that's true. But the goals as stated by Trump when we actually did pull the trigger were all over the board. And to this moment, he's pushing the BS claim that we affected regime change. No, we didn't. It's the same regime, just different players. There isn't somebody more moderate in there at all. We have no reason to believe that. In fact, it looks like the Iranian Revolutionary Guard is in control now, which is far more radical. And the fatwa that had allegedly been issued by the Ayatollah on developing nukes is gone. Iran is more powerful economically. It controls the strait and now is demanding the lifting of all sanctions against it. And what Trump did with that 10-point plan was go from Monday saying, no, not good, to Tuesday saying, very workable, we can do it, as a means of saving face to bail off of his insane threats about annihilating an entire civilization. So I don't know how we got here, Piers. I'd like to know just as much as anybody else, but all I can think in my head, based on what I've read in the paper, is we got here thanks to Bibi Netanyahu, Lindsey Graham, and Mark Levin. And ultimately President Trump. That's not to take agency away from the president, who was bamboozled. I don't know why. He was too weak to say no. He was too gullible to see through the lies. One way or another, he allowed himself to be pushed into this insane conflict.
Jeff, what's your thoughts on that?
I just think he's controlled by Bibi, for sure. That's all I have to say for real.
That makes sense. Kamal, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, John Miller, man, thank you for the jewels, bro. Thank you for the gifts. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, sometimes I just try to stay out of white folks' business. Let them get. Hey, you feel me? I like to be from the sideline. Who controlling who? I don't fuck know at this point. I'm gonna just let the show keep rolling. You know what I mean? But I will say at the end of the day, we know who the real control is, and it rhymes with ill. Allegedly. We gotta start saying allegedly, guys. You feel me? We don't want to end up like Fresh and Fit. All right?
Who's ill? Write it in the private chat. I don't know what you're talking about.
It rhymes with ill. Put it, Jake. Okay.
I don't know. You lost me. But somebody in the chat said Trump's a traitor. Is Trump a traitor for allowing Netanyahu in the Situation Room? Jeff, yes or no? Should foreign entities be allowed in the? And people have this obsession with Israel. Let me be clear. I'm not saying it from that standpoint. It could be the president of India, and we're asking this question.
Facts. I think that's how you make the argument better. You have to extend it to any country, for example. It's like we already know it's Israel, but let's say we put China in there. Same thing, same result. Let's say we put just a completely innocuous country in there, like, I don't know, Argentina or something. Still traitors. So the principle holds.
Gray, yes or no?
As far as Trump being a traitor? Trump lies constantly. That's the problem. Trump oversold and underdelivered. Trump, you can't believe anything he says, so that's really what makes it difficult to trust him anyway. As far as MAGA specifically, what he said he was going to do, look at immigration. Trump is not going to do mass immigration. He's actually kind of doing the opposite. That's one of the main things that he ran on. The economy, as far as things being cheaper, Trump lied about that. No new wars, Trump lied about that. So I would say Trump is a liar and isn't reliable. Is she froze?
I'm here. I was just looking up. Someone asked a question. I was looking for the answer. I was going to come back when you were done.
Okay.
So yeah, someone asked, is this a regular thing? Has anyone else ever been in there? No. Like, you guys can chat GPT it. You can look it up. It's very rare because there are literal secrets about our operations as our military in that room. I don't think anyone should be in there. Not UK, not Israel. Like, no one should ever be in there except for our military officers and the commander in chief. What do you think, Kamal? Yes or no? Is he a traitor for that?
He traitor adjacent. All right, he sounded traitor-ish. You feel me?
Traitor adjacent.
Yeah, but I gotta say this though, man. We gotta know Donald Trump was full of shit when he said he was gonna build the wall. He built 1/4 of that wall, all the bottom too. He didn't even build just no tall ass wall at all. He's built 1/4 of the wall all across, all at the bottom. At that point, we've been like, look, man, Trump gonna be lying to us the rest of the time he in politics.
So my question to you, Nora, if the U.S. and Israel, if this is a joint operation, why aren't they working? Why would you want them working in the Situation Room together? Because they're both saying that they're
because there are U.S. military secrets. They're our ally in this, but who's to say they won't turn on us? I wouldn't want another country out of the United States knowing about the inner workings of our military.
Stalin, Churchill, and Roosevelt met up during World War II. I don't know where
he wasn't in the Situation Room, though. He wasn't in the Situation Room. You can have meetings all day. I don't care about meetings. Go ahead, Kamal.
Do y'all know who Israel allies is besides us? Because I don't know that shit. No, I'm asking. I'm like, do y'all know? Is there any?
Yeah, I'll look it up next. But yeah, so we're gonna pivot and we're gonna talk a little bit about Iran, not much. The ceasefire happened, but since we're on the topic of traitors, this man talks about foreign influence, and this is what he had to say.
Yesterday, Trump pulled a Taco Tuesday and folded up on his threats of a genocide against the Persian civilization. Trump accepted Iran's 10-point plan for a ceasefire negotiation. Immediately, Israel lost their fucking mind. Within minutes, Israel started launching fucking new waves of attacks against southern Lebanon, right in the 10 points. Lebanon is included in this ceasefire. Trump agreed to it. Israel says, fuck that shit. Netanyahu, fucking AI Satan-yahu, this evil son of a bitch, comes out like 4 hours later and is like, I was not included in any of these peace negotiations and we do not accept this and we're going to continue. Not only did they launch attacks against Lebanon, Israel also launched attacks into Iran, trying to fucking blow up the ceasefire, which they accomplished. The straits managed to be open for about 12 hours before Iran was like, yo, Trump, get your fucking wild rabid dog back in check or we're ending this ceasefire. What did Trump do? He was like, well, he didn't have time to take AI Satan Yahu's dick out of his mouth. So he was just like, I guess we're not having a ceasefire. Iran started fucking blasting Israel again. Pakistan's pissed the fuck off. Trump had told everybody that J.D. Vance was headed to fucking Pakistan to have peace negotiations, but then he said he's sending fucking Steve Witkoff and Epstein 2.0 Jared Kushner with, and Iran's like, no, we're not dealing with Jared Kushner and fucking the liar Steve Witkoff. These motherfuckers baited us into fucking attacks. They're not trustworthy. We will only meet with fucking J.D. Vance. And now the whole peace negotiation is completely off the fucking table because Iran is pissed as fuck. Straits locked back down. Now nobody's getting through. They have closed them down even tighter than before is the word out there because Iran had negotiated with everybody else and was allowing Russia, China, France, and a variety of other countries, if you came and paid and won, that you could still move shit through the fucking straits, paying them the $2 million, which was also in the 10-point plan that Trump agreed to, right? So this whole fucking thing has gone off the rails, and now the truth is starting to come out. The downed pilot, that has now been totally exposed as that was a failed attempt to do a raid and seize Iran's nuclear material. So that was a whole fucking, all claps fell on its face, total fucking failure, just like every other fucking plan they had with Iran, right? And now you have all kinds of people from the Trump administration running out and leaking to the New York Times. Marco Rubio said, this was Israel's bullshit plan for this war. We didn't want to do it. Susie Wiles has leaked.
So, like, this is important. Like, due to this war that they're having with Lebanon and it's spreading out, they're losing allies. So yes, historically, Gray, Italy is an ally, but no longer, because guess what? 1 million people in Lebanon are now displaced. And where do you think they go? You think they go to Israel? No, they go to Italy. They go to Europe and they're pissed off and they're like, no, we want no parts of this. So I'm curious he said a whole lot. Jeff, what do you think? Is the ceasefire going to last or is it temporary?
I think everything's temporary with Trump, to be honest with you. I don't think we can ever say something's going to last under his breath. I think he'll just say it will, or, I'll carry this out, and then circumstances change, and then there's another tweet again, and then shit goes crazy. And then it's like, well, forget what he said initially, forget what he said later. It's up to his mood. He's like a human weather vane all over the place.
Yeah, but my response to that, Nora, is that the same people who are losing allies with Israel are losing allies with the United States. They're putting us as one and the same.
I know.
Mia Khalifa, she basically came out and said that she's upset with America and Israel because she's Lebanese. So it's our own American citizens that's getting upset about too. But do I feel like that's going to stop them aligning with them with other causes? No. Of course, they're going to say, okay, this is wrong. We're not going to mess with the Iran war. But I think they ally economically for sure.
Wait, hold on.
Lebanese people are comparing what's happening to Lebanon right now as their 9/11. They are slaughtering people. They did 100 attacks in 10 minutes. But anyways, go ahead.
You said 100 attacks in 10 minutes?
I swear to God, go look it up. 100 attacks in 10 minutes. They are just dropping bombs indiscriminately. And people will overlook this and say, I don't care. They're Muslims. Well, just so you guys know, they're not all Muslims. The oldest Christians in the world are in Lebanon. And I know there's a lot of Islamophobia for some of it for good reason, because I know that some Muslims are extreme Muslims. I get it. But I mean, people should care, because for me, it was Gaza, now it's Lebanon. I mean, and eventually these people got to go somewhere. And I mean, unfortunately, I don't want them here, and Israel ain't going to take them in. So where are they going to go? Anyways, go ahead. Come on.
Man, now I just wanted to point out that how the new party, we got hella range, because Gray just quoted Mia Khalifa. If y'all know who Mia Khalifa is, you know. That's all I'm going to say. We got range.
My God. Yeah. I mean, but tomorrow is a very important day, guys. J.D. Vance will be doing peace talks. Let's hear what he has to say about it.
Iran wants to let this negotiation fall apart in a conflict where they were getting hammered over Lebanon, which has nothing to do with them, and which the United States never once said was part of the ceasefire. That's ultimately their choice. We think that would be dumb, but that's their choice.
Mr. Vice President, Iran is continuing to...
Great. Does Lebanon have nothing to do with them? Do you think that this should hold up a ceasefire? What do you think?
The reason they said Lebanon has nothing to do with it because Netanyahu came out and said that they're not going to stop bombing Lebanon. So they're basically caving to what Israel wants, essentially. If we look at Gaza, a reporter just got killed in Gaza this week. Trump said it was a ceasefire in Gaza back then. So we can't trust when they're coming out saying ceasefire. It's kind of like a marketing scheme. It's really Wall Street manipulation and oil manipulation, because it's like, okay, the American people are upset, the prices are getting out of control. Let's say that it's a ceasefire so that the stock market goes up and the oil drops.
I mean, that's a good point. This is a manipulation. Trump is the master manipulator of all time. I mean, he's good at flipping things. This is what he had to say about Israel, though.
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too. Are you questioning if Israel is committed? Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
That's the old one. He said
That's the old one?
Yeah, that was the first ceasefire.
He said, okay, well, he said something along the lines of that. But Jeff, is this pandering? Is this real? What do you think about that clip of Trump, calling Israel out?
Well, like Grace said, I'm pretty sure it comes from the first ceasefire. And I think that's just him. Of course, he's going to act with Israel at the end of the day. But I think that's him trying to mitigate things and act like he's some type of mediator, whereas we all know and can see he's not really a mediator. He's more so the driving force behind all of this.
Yeah, the driving force, and MAGA are starting to turn on Trump slowly but surely. This is what Benny Johnson had to say, and this is really interesting.
Greatest ally? Yeah, I don't think so. Honestly, it's about time to hear this story reported. Much has been made about Israel and their effects on President Trump and how we got into the war with Iran. But now it has been officially told from the inside by the New York Times, the two stenographers and stalkers of President Trump at the New York Times, directly from the White House, Bibi Netanyahu's lies to the president that were called bullshit by his own cabinet, that were called farcical by the CIA. And nonetheless, the Israeli government went to the White House and lied to Trump again and again. Trump decided to act on Iran anyway, and this story proves exactly why. You can agree or disagree, but it's the way that it happened, all the way down to the detail of where people were sitting in the room when Bibi Netanyahu gave his bullshit presentation. And I just want to start by saying, if your buddy continually lied to you and it was to your detriment and got you into boondoggles that cost you a lot and had very little upside, would they be your greatest ally? And this is something that we need to start asking questions about, like, what is the world order? These are questions that are being asked of NATO. What have you done for me lately? Is like El Salvador a better ally to the United States than England or France? Spain wouldn't even let us fly over their country in order to deliver aid to Americans who were trapped behind enemy lines. Are they a great ally? No. And so in a world that's constantly changing, and right now changing dramatically and drastically, you need to be locked in with people who, at the very least, give you good information. And that's not what happened with Bibi Netanyahu, according to this New York Times article, again, So detailed, in fact, that they talk about exactly where people sat in the room. So presumably, this is information that's being given directly from the White House to the New York Times in order to detail what happened. So what happened is that Bibi Netanyahu went to go brief President Trump and his cabinet at a highly classified presentation in the Situation Room about bombing Iran. Behind the screens was Mossad's intelligence chief, and they gave a giant presentation about how easy it would be in order to topple the regime. They were wrong, by the way. Susie Wiles, White House Chief of Staff, Secretary Marco Rubio was there. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Raisin Kane, Dan Kane, Joint Chiefs of Staff were there together. John Ratcliffe from the CIA were there too. Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff, Trump's sort of special envoy to negotiate these things all around the world. Anyway, J.D. Vance was noticeably not there because he was in Azerbaijan. Makes you wonder, honestly, at the time. The presentation that Netanyahu would give over the next hour would be pivotal in setting the United States and Israel on a path towards major armed conflict in the Middle East, one of the most volatile regions. And it would lead to a series of discussions inside the White House the following days and weeks, detailing details of which have not been previously reported, in which Mr. Trump weighed his options and the risks before going ahead and attacking Iran with Israel. This is the account of how Trump took the United States to war, and I guess it kind of starts with the lies of Benjamin Netanyahu. So here we go. In the Situation Room, Netanyahu made a hard sell, suggesting that Iran was ripe for regime change. We've heard this before, expressing the belief that the U.S.-Israel mission could finally bring an end to the Islamic Republic. At one point, the Israeli...
So there you guys, we see the source of where I said that Netanyahu was in the room. Jeff, are you surprised to hear Benny Johnson flipping the script like this on Trump and on Israel?
Yeah, honestly, because I've seen him on Twitter a lot, and I thought he was paid for. And to see him do this is interesting, that's for sure. I want to see where it goes.
You think he's going to lose them shekels? He going to lose the jobs?
He's not going to get 7,000 shekels, that's for sure.
Great. Benny is a friend of the show in our minds. We've talked about the Shkay allegations, all allegedly. Jeff, I don't know. Do you know the Shkay allegations against him? Allegedly, Benny likes to hook up, all allegedly, guys, all allegedly, entertainment purposes. He liked to go to the conservative events and go hook up with men while his wife is waiting in the room. This is all allegedly. All allegedly. We don't know how true it is. His wife was having baby number 55 or whatever. He has a whole bunch of kids. But anyways, great. Are you shocked to hear that about old Benny? You think they're going to leak some videos of the hookups now that he done said this?
I think y'all did a show on it. I wasn't here for that. So I did watch the show where y'all said that he had those allegations against him. And at the conservative RNC, they did have the Grindr app where...
Trump is hosting Grindr too, by the way. Did you hear about this?
No.
Swear to God, look it up. There's going to be a dinner, and they have a table at the dinner.
You're lying. There's no way Trump...
Swear to God, look it up. Okay. Look it up. Fact check, because I can't go to the other screen. Fact check me. But go ahead. Sorry.
But I did see a clip of Charlie Kirk go viral where Charlie Kirk was defending gay people. So I think the Republican Party is embracing regular gays more, but they're not. That's why they attack the trans stuff so hard, because now they're trying to be more accepting of gays now. I've seen that with some Republicans, other than like the super religious ones. But as far as what you guys were talking about, as far as like right-wing influencers like being paid for with this Iran war, I've been able to see like people who we try to get on the show, people who we worked with before. You can kind of tell who's grifting and who genuinely talks about this. I was looking at one influencer, I won't say who it is, but they were going against Iran. They're right wing, and then people in the comments like, "Oh, I'm not following anymore. I'm not doing this anymore," and they keep getting attacked, being called a liberal if they go against the Iran war. So just like you guys, I'm shocked that Benny Johnson went against, the mainstream of what MAG is doing.
Well, this is what old Nick, another friend of the show, had to say. He has gay allegations too, by the way. We'll get into that. But this is what he had to say about Megyn Kelly and what she said.
Megyn Kelly has been on a tear, very anti-Trump, very aggressive, very, very provocative stuff. She's very critical of Israel. But she is adamant and consistent. She says, I don't care what happens. I'm still voting Republican. So for all of her advocacy, for all of these monologues, all of these barn burner monologues, is that the expression? I don't even know. All of these monologues, which are so incisive, what is her antidote? Where does it all lead? What is the call to action? Vote Republican every time. She said, I don't care how bad it gets. She literally said, I don't care if Trump nukes Iran. I'm still voting Republican. She actually said that on Monday. She said, even if Trump nukes Iran and we go to war and we're at war forever, she said, I don't care. I'm still voting Republican. When these people tell you who they are, believe them. Pay attention and believe them. Because as sure as I am sitting here right now and you are watching this, the replay or live or the clip in 2 years, and this clip will resurface in 2 years, as sure as I am sitting here and you are watching this, whenever you're watching this, mark my words, Megyn Kelly, Tucker, almost certainly Candace Owens, all these people that are so against the war in Iran and so against Israel and so hypercritical of Trump, all of them are going to tell you to vote Republican and vote for J.D. Vance in 2028. And what did J.D. Vance do? He sat there in the White House while Trump was at Mar-a-Lago, and they say that Vance encouraged Trump to hit Iran as hard as possible. There was no dissent within the ranks when this decision was made. There was no dissent from within the cabinet, and that would have been the time. If J.D. Vance were the guy, if he had character, if he was America first, that would have been the time. This may be an inflection point in our history. This is a really bad mistake. And it's one that was totally avoidable. And we all know why it happened, because Israel wanted it and they forced us to do it. And as a consequence, now they need $200 billion to replenish our missiles. And now there's an energy shock, which will lead to an economic correction. And we may not even be out of this war. We don't know where this thing is headed, where we are right now. But JD did not dissent. He did not protest. He sat there and he encouraged Trump. And it doesn't matter how much these people criticize the war, they will endorse him in 28.
Gray is a good. Yeah, I know. Well, Ray went to Kamal's. Okay, guys, it looks fixed. Is it fixed? We'll see. Something's going on with YouTube today, Gray, because the streams were so bad on Fatty, and that's not normal. Something's going on with YouTube today. So, guys, if you are able to watch, is it working? Kamal, is yours working?
Yeah, mine working on my end from what I saw. Let me check it again.
What's your YouTube name?
It's Kamal Johnson.
Okay.
All right up. Damn.
And Jeff, what's your Twitch name?
Kick name is Jeff Mack.
Okay. Okay. But so are you happy to hear? Are you like what? How do you think it's going to go with the midterms? Are we going to see a blue wave?
Right now with the special elections, it does look that way, that they're going to take the House back for sure, possibly the Senate. Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat actually was just won by a Republican, but the Democrat came within 12 points, and Trump had won it by 37 points previously. So it does look like the Democrats are winning, but the Democrats still don't have a lot of enthusiasm about them. They don't have a high approval either. So they actually have a lower approval rating than the Republicans, but I think it's backlash towards Republicans that people are voting for Democrats. So it's not like people necessarily like Democrats. It's just kind of like people are upset with Republicans.
Kamal, you're apolitical. Will you be voting this time around? Do you think you're going to be leaning more blue or red this election?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna wait and see what these politicians are saying. Are they gonna advocate for an anti-black hate crime bill? We shall see. What about reparations? You know, when that come on the table, they start scurrying like, I don't know what you're talking about. Rep or what? I'm like, all right. So I'm just gonna wait and see. All right. Now I will tell y'all, I do vote locally for sure. You know what I mean? Because I'm a tax-paying citizen. All right. So I do vote locally. I know who my members is locally and stuff. And to a certain extent, those do matter a little bit more than nationally. But like I said, I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm gonna hold off.
Do you go to the city council and stuff like that? Come on.
What's up?
Do you go to like the city council meetings and things like that?
I go like here and there, you know what I mean? But I actually know some of the council members, like Monica Montgomery, you know what I mean? And then like the mayor's like Todd Gloria, I met him like one time or whatever. So I'm like, you know, I kind of know him and stuff like that. But the council meetings, I went to a couple. Them shits be boring though. And sometimes you could just research what they talk about online after they do their meetings and stuff. So.
Jeff, will you be voting like leaning towards blue or red this election?
I'm just wait till Kanye's on the ballot. In all seriousness, I'm not voting blue or red. I'll vote for some crazy independent candidate first.
Oh man. A crazy independent candidate. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I might have to be like Megyn Kelly. Because I'm sorry. The Democrats, they are just terrible. Or I might just have to be the couch this year. You know the couch, Kamal.
Yeah,
I might have to be the couch this year, but I cannot see myself voting for no Democrats. I'm sorry. I thought about it. I really did. I tried to dig deep, but they all just be pandering.
Nora, don't let Skeptic hear you say that. She gonna be like, she gonna go into tizzy.
How dare you? Well, at least she was honest yesterday. She said her life has not gotten worse. I was like, okay, girl. Yep. I said the same thing.
She basically said, I'm kind of a Trump fan. Kinda.
Yeah, just kind of. Her life's improved. That money was flowing in. But yeah, guys, we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna get to the last topic of the night so we can wrap things up. Did we really go to the moon? This is like a real big topic. We'll make it fast. I know the fellas are getting tired and it's been one heck of a night. Let's see what they are saying now about the moon.
Now bound for the moon, humanity's next.
Look. Yup, that is exactly what you think it is. A zip line taking the astronauts off of the rocket right before it goes up and flies straight up and then down and lands in the ocean because they're not actually going to space.
Good roll pitch.
Because it's not real like you know it. There's a reason why the first moon mission since 1969 took place on April 1st of all days. It's because it wasn't even happening in the first place. Because they cannot go to the moon, and they've never been able to go to the moon. The rocket flies up and then it falls straight down into the ocean. And the zip line took those astronauts straight off. That's why we didn't see them on the live stream at all. We just saw the crappy CGI picture of the rocket flying nowhere. We didn't even see the astronauts in the cockpit. It's ridiculous. If Richard Nixon could call with a landline phone all the way up to the moon in 1969, why can't we have a live stream of them in the cockpit while it was even on the ground? Because that didn't even show up at all. We didn't even see them before they...
Hey guys, so I live 20 miles from Canaveral. I sent it to y'all in the chat. I saw the rocket in the air. So I don't know. What was I looking at? Was it fake? Jeff, what's your thoughts? I saw it go up at live when it was happening. So I can only say they definitely shot something up in the sky. Do you think we've ever been to the moon, Jeff?
I think we definitely shot something up to the sky, and I think that we've always shot something up to the sky, but I don't think it's survived. My dad was in the Air Force, and he got to see at the very top of the distinction between atmospheres when he was a fighter pilot. And what he told me is slightly different than what they say they've seen on the moon, allegedly on the moon. And it's always been April Fool's too. So it's like it's like they're whipping it out and just hitting us with it. Like, oh, we're just bragging, like we're going to do this on April Fool's every single time, you know?
Yeah, I mean, supposedly we've never gone past like one of the fairs, like stratosphere, thermosphere, and that they are going up and they're going to the edge, but never past that one mark. That's what I heard allegedly. I got a couple more clips. And guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. I'm so sorry for our technical difficulties. Make sure you guys go check out Kick, and I'll put it on the screen, or go check us out on X, and we'll have it on the screen. Here we go. This is what they said.
Oh, geez, that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent? Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface. Beautiful, just beautiful. Oh, geez, that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent? Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface. Beautiful, just beautiful.
Kamal, I know many Black people that are FBA that say Black people know we ain't never been to the moon. Is that true?
I don't know if we've been to the moon, man. But I'll say this. We got the first person that did the moonwalk. Shout out to Michael Jackson, you feel me? Yeah. Yeah, we might not been to the moon, but we got somebody that walked on the moon. You feel me? But I'm just saying, though, that shit is a wild-ass coincidence that they shoot this on April 1st. You feel me? And it's just like, are they duping us? Is that what's going on? I ain't gonna lie. What y'all really think they trying to do when they do get to the moon, man? I think they're gonna try to extract the resources the moon got, if they got anything out there. You feel me? They gonna most definitely try to extract some shit. But have we been to the moon? I don't know. It ain't too crystal clear to me. I think we I don't know. I think
not too crystal clear, huh? Well,
Yeah.
maybe Greg can answer the question. Greg believes in no conspiracies, like ever. Let's watch.
You still think these things are going to space? Aw, that's adorable. Why don't you let me show you some things that might just cause you to question your belief in that? First, let me just ask you something. Do you even know how fast these space shuttles are supposedly traveling to be able to leave Earth? 17,000 miles per hour, and even faster at 25,000 miles per hour to leave Earth's gravity completely. Do you know how fast a bullet travels? A bullet speed varies, but it can go up to 3,000 miles per hour. So you're telling me those shuttles are going 8 times faster than a bullet? Have you ever seen them take off? No, seriously. Have you ever watched them take off and then take flight and compared their speed to the clouds? When you get rid of all the noise and you just look at it versus hearing it and seeing the flames, seems suspiciously slow. And remember, they tell us they go 17,000 and up to 25,000 miles per hour. They'll tell you a hypersonic jet speed is defined as anything going Mach 5 or 3,800 miles per hour. And they'll say, well, speeds have been reached of Mach 10 only in unmanned craft like NASA's X-43A. Current manned aircraft have reached about Mach 6.7. Mach 6.7 is 4,500 miles per hour. But there are supposedly dozens and dozens of astronauts who have gone 17,000 miles per hour. Why don't we look at what an actual hypersonic...
So, Gray, I will say there is some truth to what he's saying. When I saw it go up, you saw the picture I sent you in front of my house. It was going really slow. Like, it wasn't that fast. What do you think?
Well, first off, you see it's an astronaut behind me, and my stage name is Gray Mars, so I obviously believe in space. We have satellites going around us. I'm pretty sure we all have went on Google Maps and looked at something and zoomed in and said, "Oh wow, you can see that from the satellite." Like it's crazy. If you pull up your address right now, you can look at it on Google Maps. As far as you saying that black people don't believe we went to the moon. I never heard black people saying that till I start podcasting. And
Ask
Steve,
Kelly.
exactly. That's proved my point. The only person I heard saying that with flat Earth was what's the guy that played LeBron, Kyrie Irving. Yeah, that's when I started hearing people saying flat Earth when that whole movement was going on. But I will give y'all this: the fact that we went back to the moon with Trump in office is probably a lie. So I give y'all that.
No, let's break this down, y'all. They were so disrespectful to Trump. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Obama ended the space program. Okay. And listen, I get it. We can be critical of Trump, but these people should be appreciative of him. Let's watch.
Thanks very much, Jared, and you are doing a fantastic job. And hello, very special hello to Artemis 2. Today you've made history and made all America really proud, incredibly proud. We have a lot of things to be proud of lately, but there's nothing like what you're doing, circling around the moon for the first time in more than a half a century and breaking the all-time record for the farthest distance from planet Earth. Humans have really never seen anything quite like what you're doing in a manned spacecraft. It's really special. I want to personally salute and congratulate Commander Reed Weissman, Pilot Victor Glover, Mission Specialist Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen. And I also want to thank the entire amazing team at NASA, headed by Jared, who's a very special guy, by the way. And you all made this day possible, and you've really inspired the entire world. Really, everybody's watching. They find it incredible. I just watched you go to the back of the moon, and people haven't been there in a long time, we can say, but it's going to be more and more prevalent because we're going to be doing a lot of traveling, and then you're going to ultimately do the whole big trip to Mars, and that's going to be very exciting. So you look at, we had no astronaut has been to the moon since the days of Apollo program. The Apollo program was also very special, but that was 50 years ago, and at long last, America is back, and America is back in many ways stronger than ever before. We're the hottest country anywhere in the world. The Artemis crew flew in the most powerful rocket NASA has ever made, ever launched, traveled over 250,000 miles, broke the distance record set by the legendary Apollo 13. And America is a frontier nation, and the 4 brave astronauts of Artemis 2 are a modern day, you really are modern day pioneers, all of you, and one of them happens to be a neighbor. You know who that is, right? You have a special person over there, a neighbor, and we like our neighbor. Your mission paves the way for America's return to the lunar surface very soon. We're going all out. We're doing everything we can, and it's headed up by Jared. We'll plant our flag once again, and this time we won't just leave footprints. We'll establish a permanent presence on the moon, and we'll push on to Mars. That'll be very exciting. I'm waiting for that so much. I'd love to be here, but maybe we won't quite make it in terms of timing, but we will be up in the moon, and that's going to happen soon. So America will be second to none in space and everything else that we're doing, and we will continue to lead the whole thing into the stars, this incredible journey into the stars. So I just wanted, it's an honor to speak to you, and I wanted to congratulate each and every one of you.
Oh, what the? Hello? Okay, so I was right. Once again, Obama cut funding. Y'all can go look it up massively. And because I know personal people, since I live here in Orlando, that lost their jobs during Obama. They lost positions because they caught government or contracting positions. Kamal, do you think that they should have a little bit more gratitude towards Trump, or do you think that they should just be like F Trump like everybody else?
Were they not really showing gratitude? I mean, they were just kind of sitting there listening.
They were messing around, doing goofy things.
I saw them. They were doing some wrestling shit on there. Did y'all see that? They were doing WWE, Stone Cold Stunner each other and stuff while they were up there and stuff. You know, but I from that video right there, I didn't know if they were really disrespecting Trump. You know what I mean? It just looked like they were just listening to bruh. I ain't gonna lie, I thought Trump was almost gonna say this shit, y'all. And I was like, damn, Trump just don't give a fuck. I thought he was about to say, and we got somebody up there, one of the first kind. We got our friend, and I thought he was gonna go to the black dude. And I'm like, oh, damn. I thought he was about to do that shit when he said that, but he went to the other dude. I was like, okay, man, I thought Trump was about to be trumping.
Well, I don't know, guys. We're going to wrap up. We're going to do our closing thoughts, and we're going to all give our answers to answer, did we go to the moon? But before we do that, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. Jeff, our newest member, did we go to the moon?
No, 100% without a doubt. Not in 69, not now, not any time in between. That's pretty much all I have to say as far as that goes.
What's the latest content we're putting out, Jeff?
Well, been dealing with some interesting ex drama, so I've been putting out that type of content. Other than that, trying to motivate young men and women, anyone seriously, to deal with hardships and struggles. I fractured my back when I was in 8th grade, and I came back from a back fracture in 9th grade. I used to be very explosive. I was someone who could dunk in 8th grade. I was a fast white boy. I was the token white boy. Here I am again as a token white boy. And I was able to dunk, and I was a fast sprinter back in 8th grade. Fractured my back, wasn't able to. I came back running a 5.0940, and then by senior year I ran a 4.38. So anything's possible. People give up on their potential, thinking that just because their circumstances made it worse for them, that's the way that they're going to go for the rest of their life. But no, don't ever give up on your potential, guys.
Even going to the moon. Did we ever go to the moon? Yes or no?
I don't think we went to the moon. You feel me? But I will say, one of our FBA brothers, Michael Jackson, is the one the first moonwalk. All right. Anyway, shout out to Jeff, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you being a new member on the team. This was a mellow night, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, when you come on here more and more, we have other members on the team, and sometimes it could get a little spicy.
He met Andre already. He knows.
Oh shit. Anyway, shout out to the new party. You feel me? Y'all go follow the new party and also hit the notification bell so you know when they go live. Also, if you want to come and watch over on my end, the content I do, just type in Kamal Johnson on YouTube and hit that sub button, and also hit that notification bell so you know when I go live and stuff like that. And also shout out to Fatty, man. He had me and Nora on his panel earlier today, and we was talking politics for about 30 minutes, and then it just turned into WWE type of shit. You feel me? Right after Nora and Skeptic left, the whole goddamn convo went left. You feel me? But shout out to Fatty, man. Y'all go check Fatty Wake Up 8. That's the YouTube channel that he has the politics stuff on that he doing. Also, man, Donald Trump, man, he a smooth talking mother F, I'll tell you that much. You feel me? He be out here, man, just he might be stretching the truth, all right? I ain't gonna say he lying, but he's stretching the truth. Y'all see what I did there? You gotta start doing that. Words matter. What else we talked about? Melania Trump spilling the beans. All these MAGA people spilling the beans. God damn, are y'all not getting y'all checks? Are y'all not? What's going on?
High gas. The high gas is eating the checks.
It's eating the checks. God damn, all the MAGA people, they all turning. Candace Owens to damn Benny God damn, Melania Trump. God damn. Shit. He ain't gonna have no allies. Watch. None. He don't give a damn anyway. He like, man, this is my last term. I'm going out with a bang. You feel me? But yeah, y'all, the chat, shout out to the chat. The chat was real mellow today too, man. I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a lovely and great weekend.
Thank you. Gray, did we go to the moon?
I think the main question we should be asking is, are we going to colonize Mars? I am Gray Mars. So, my name did come from, looking at space. I had a company before called Gray Mars, and then I just took it and made my name on here. So we have the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, who has investing so much money into SpaceX, whose biggest goal is to colonize and to populate Mars. So if he is doing that, if Jeff Bezos is investing in this, and all these guys are investing in space, and so is China trying to put like a weapon that can hit America from anywhere, I do think we have strong capabilities. I don't think we're moving at light speed or anything crazy like that, but I do feel like we are capable of space exploration, and I think the Milky Way is the next frontier. Like we always say on the New Party, always vote.
No, don't vote. I'm just kidding. Okay, guys. Jeff gave us some inspirational words. Kamal gave us some laughs. And Greg gave us hope. Before we wrap up, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone for working through our technical adversities tonight and continuing to stay engaged no matter what's going on our stream or in the world. That kind of support, guys, means a lot. History, science, and government decisions are always going to be debated. And tonight, we asked some very important questions. Should Melania Trump be guilty? Is she guilty? I mean, should the Epstein files testify? Should Donald Trump call out all the MAGA grifters? He said 4. We need to do the rest now. We need the rest. Please come to the front. Benny Johnson needs to be next. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for supporting us. Shout out to our newest member, Jeff. Shout out to Kamal, to Gray, Kimberly, and Mia. We kind of had a man cave junior night. I was the only girl, but I still had fun. They were respectful. Make sure you guys come back and check us out next week, live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. God bless, stay safe, and good night.
Hello, history buffs. Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
To the encampment for freedom of future.
For liberty. This is what American patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty.
The hour our liberty is at hand. For freedom is robbed by. Secure our liberty. My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
Welcome to my colonial home. Today, Del Payne's new work captures the spirit of We Fight for Independence. And our freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Hour is late. We must enact. To the encampment for liberty. Through every change and challenge. We stand at the dawn of liberty, unshaken by the trials ahead. Soldiers, the enemy is near. Front line, fire me!